So, I'm sure most of us know what has happened over the past few days, and it would be very foolish of me if I did not have some words to say for myself. So, I will speak and I will do a news report about what has happened in the past few days. As a son of a retired cop, and as one that has interviewed black coaches, Tory Jackson, Kevin Marshall, Courtney Griffin, they all are my friends. I have talked to police chiefs, Glenn Scrent, Tuscola County, Kelly Hansen, Huron County. They are my friends. You matter. Justice will prevail, and we will get through this. I stand with you and know that you are loved. Peaceful protest is the right way. Looting is not the right way. We will get through this and know that you matter. Both black lives and cops. Let's stand together. What happened in Genesee County needs to happen everywhere. The cops walking with those protesters. You're listening to AM 1340, WLEW, Bad Axe. Here are your latest international and national news updates from the WLEW News Center and the Associated Press. My name is Tom Green from Los Angeles. In the past 48 hours of protests surrounding the death of George Floyd, journalists covering the story have become targets for protesters and police in cities across the country. The Radio Television Digital News Association has counted more than 60 incidents in which reporters have been quote-unquote injured, assaulted, or harassed by either protesters or police officers in cities including Minneapolis, New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and Denver. RTDNA's executive director Dan Shelley said that the attacks on journalists are harming the public at large. Shelley said, quote-unquote, it's interfering with their ability to be eyewitnesses and chroniclers of what's occurring in this country right now. From Minneapolis. Protests have formed across America, with some violence flaring in pockets of largely peaceful demonstrations fueled by the killings of black people at the hands of police. From Boston to San Francisco, protesters took to the streets Sunday, and some signs of trouble emerged in cities that have closed streets and imposed curfews after days of turmoil. People have robbed stores in broad daylight in Philadelphia and Santa Monica, California, and a semi-truck drove into a massive crowd of people that took over a portion of a highway in Minneapolis. From Washington, U.S. officials are seeking to determine whether extremist groups have infiltrated police brutality protests across the country and deliberately tipped largely peaceful demonstration toward violence. Officials are also investigating whether foreign adversaries are behind a burgeoning disinformation campaign on social media. Federal law enforcement officials insist far-left groups are stoking violence, but experts who track extremist groups also report seeing evidence of the far right at work. Officials have seen a surge of social media accounts with fewer than 200 followers created in the last month, a textbook sign of a disinformation effort. From Atlanta. Atlanta's mayor says 2 police officers have been fired and 3 others placed on desk duty, pending review over what authorities describe as excessive use of force during a weekend protest incident. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms said Sunday that she and Atlanta's police chief made the decision after reviewing body camera footage. Officials say the incident came to light via video that circulated online. It shows some police officers in riot gear and gas masks surrounded a car driving by a man with a woman passenger. The officers pull the woman out and appear to use a stun gun on the man. Bottoms said charges have been dropped against the woman and the man has been released. And police officers in one of New Jersey's largest and most violent cities are getting praise on social media for marching alongside protesters and rallies over George Floyd's death. Camden County Police Chief Joe Wysocki joined the front line of a march in Camden on Saturday, sporting his uniform, a face mask, and a peace sign. Protests have been held for days all over the country for Floyd, a black man who died Monday after a white police officer pressed his knee on his neck until he stopped breathing. There were several instances of police solidarity throughout the U.S. widely shared on social media. That is a look at your international and national news updates. Stand by for your state and local news updates. Some may say what I have said before this video was not enough. Some people say that I side with one side, I side with the other. All I have to say is if you do not like what I have had to say, defriend me, block me, but know that I stand with cops, I stand with those that were misjudged, and I stand with my friends in the black community. Please know that. Please know that. I hurt. A lot of people hurt. Don't think I've stood silent. I reported the news, and prayers out to the journalists too who have been hurt. We hurt. We hurt. We hurt. Now to state and local news. And now for your state and local news updates. The Fairgrove Village Council will have a virtual meeting at 6:30 p.m. on Monday. Instructions on how to attend the meeting can be seen in the written story on thumbnet.net. On the proposed agenda under new business is Habitat for Humanity property and a report from the Michigan Bean Festival Committee. And during the 20-minute May meeting, Clifford Village Clerk Laura Fenton reminded council members if they plan to seek re-election, the filing deadline is coming up. The deadline to file to be a candidate on the November ballot is July 20th, according to Fenton. The seats of the following council members that will be expiring include President John Ode, Trustees Gary Ferguson, Donna Costello, and Suzanne Clark, and Clerk Laura Fenton. All seats are for 4 years. Also, there will be a spring cleanup scheduled for June 11th. On that day, there will be extra garbage collection. My name is Tom Green, and for the latest on area news anytime, go to thumbnet.net.